for that matter. And I throw that challenge to them. Please. And Dr. Okoye being a former Minister of Health, I'll hand that rope around his neck. Doc, will you take up that challenge? Please bring your colleagues together and then let's have a better place to look after our kids. About 2 months ago, I'm not a medical doctor, but interestingly, about 2 months ago, my mom's friend called, I don't know where she was by number from, said, I heard you're a medical doctor. I'm not feeling well. Please, where can I see you? They say, Mami, she wants to do the trouble. So I thought, oh, please, I'm in a meeting, I'll call you back. I don't have it. If she calls again, I refer her to. Yeah. So it is both a great honor and a profound responsibility to serve as the chair for this important national dialogue, Conversations Under the Baobab Tree. In our tradition, the Baobab Tree is more than just a meeting place. It is a symbol of wisdom, unity, and truth. It is when difficult issues are confronted with honesty, where ideas are tested, and where lasting solutions are born. Today, we gather under this symbolic tree to address a matter of urgent national importance, the low bed syndrome, and the future of emergency healthcare in Ghana. I remember when I was appointed to serve on COVID-19 board by the previous president, Excellency Bodo. It came as a surprise to me, but when I got there, that I realized what emergency care was. COVID-19 at the time needed emergency care, where under lockdown, I was using the national security sticker. My wife would ask me, where are you going to? When they said, that I'm going to work. And I was going to work. I was running around, going to hospitals. I was going to EMC, Dr. Boma. The head was then Dr. Say, but I related to Dr. Boma. And there was one particular assignment that was given to me as a member of the board that initially I didn't understand, but I ended up understanding it was for me to help set up a COVID-19 center for Pantai Hospital. I was one of the youngest members of the board. And you know, people didn't want to go there because of the fact that it was a mental hospital. But when I got there, then I realized that, hey, I think it's important that we set up this center for them. Because one, these were people who you say, wash your hands, they didn't understand. Wear masks, don't throw it away. So, when they contracted, or when they contract, the disease, where do you put them? Do you take them to Kolegu? Do you take them to 37? Do you leave them to work amidst their colleagues? No, we needed to isolate them. So it was one thing that I know I, as a person, helped to solve. That was when I first got myself entangled in the midst of medical doctors. Since then, I ended up being appointed the advisory chair for College of Health Science, 8 medical schools. Dr. Lauren Ankama St. Michael's Hospital. If you just know that, I also serve as the board chair for St. Michael's Hospital. So I have no choice. I always find myself in the midst of medical doctors, though I'm not a medical doctor. So the issue of emergency health care in Ghana is not personal, it is deeply human. It affects the accident victim fighting for life, the expectant mother in distress, and the countless families who experience the frustrations and pain of being turned away in moments of critical need. The emergency care, every second matters, and every delay can cost a life. One thing that has become abundantly clear is Ghana is not short of capable minds of dedicated professionals. And to attest to that is the number of medical doctors that have assembled here this evening. What we must strengthen is coordination, infrastructure, investment, above all, agency in decision-making and implementation. As for that, yes, we have always believed in purposeful leadership. Leadership that does not only observe problems but actively work to solve them. This platform reflects that belief is not just a gathering, it is a call to action. Today is not about speeches alone. It's about solutions. It's about we coming together as of ideas to help solve a national problem. It is about bridging the gap between knowledge and action. I am personally encouraged by the distinguished individuals assembled, the leaders, practitioners, and thinkers, each bringing powerful perspectives to this organization. This is how progress is made, through collaboration, honesty, and shared commitment. As we engage, let us be guided by a clear vision for Ghana's healthcare system. A system where no patient is turned away due to lack of space, due to lack of no bed. A system where emergency response is efficient, timely, and reliable. A system supported by modern infrastructure and technology. A system where healthcare professionals are adequately resourced, motivated, and protected. This vision is not beyond our reach, it is within our responsibility. However, we must also challenge ourselves to think beyond today's dialogue. The true value of this gathering will not measure up by the conversations we've had, but by the actions that we shall all pull out of. What policies has to change? What systems we have to improve? What impacts to be felt by the ordinary Ghanaian? And how can we, as Odadias, impact on this anger? These are questions that must guide us. But I believe that as Odadias, we shall come together and solve this national country. On behalf of the Presec Old Boys Association, I warmly express my sincere appreciation for your presence and participation. Thank you all for coming. Let us engage with honesty. Let us think boldly. Let us commit to meaningful, lasting solutions. Thank you and God bless you for coming.